Hello, this is Dean Karstens and this is Dean's N-Scale Trains. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to put together this cardboard building. I printed it out, I cut it out, and in the next video I'm going to show you how I put it all together. As I say, this is a two-part video. This is part one, creating the parts. So where do you find these model railroad cardstock building plans? I started out by searching for model railroad cardstock building, and I got a number of references. For instance, there's a lot on Etsy. Here's an example of Etsy. There's another company, Scale Model Buildings, that has something that's generally printed sized for G scale, but you can scale them down for other scales. I generally get mine from this website, Model Railroad Layout Plans. He has a number of printouts available and instructions. Generally, these prices are $5 to $10 per printout, but the owner of this blog often has a sale where he offers 5 or 10 buildings for a lower price. As I say, this is where I generally go. So here's what I'm going to talk about. I've divided this into two videos because it got just too long. In this one, I'm going to talk about sizing the plan to N scale, and then I'm going to modify it with Silhouette Studio, cutting it, putting it back together again. Finally, I'm going to print out the plans. In the next video, which I'll give a reference in the details below, I'll show you how I put the building together. So the first thing I have to do is figure out the size of my N-scale building. The PDF plans that I got for this building are for HO scale. So I have to decrease them in size by 54%. So let's measure them, measure the width, and I'm going to use millimeters because it gives me a little better precision. I come up with 194.5 millimeters. I multiply that by 54%, and I come up with 104.5 millimeters. So I have to scale that down to that size. So next I need to take my PDF file on the Fire Station and convert it into something I can use, basically JPEG images. So I'm going to open this with my word processing program, Word. You can use any word processing program that can work with images. So let's start. Take this, which is the front of the building, select it, and save as a picture. I want to save it as a JPEG, and I'll call this front view. Then I'll take the rear and save it as and we'll call this rear view. Take the side, right click, save as picture. Side view. And finally, get the roof, save as picture, call that roof view. And I'm done with Word, so I'll close that out. So here's my JPEG file. Incidentally, if you go to Help, the user's manual, you get a very detailed user's manual with this basic chapter definition. As I say, I'm going to use my slicing tool. This is just like it's sitting on a mat, and I'm going to use the slice tool. I'm going to line this up. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Increase our precision a bit. Close this out. I don't need that. I'm going to line this up such that this line is the mark I want to cut on. So get my slice tool, go there. I'm going to hit the Shift key, then it goes vertically. Hit Select and delete this. Now it's lined up pretty nicely on this line, so I'm just going to slice across here, hit the Shift key to get the vertical slice, delete that. I'm going to use the arrow keys to move this over a little bit. Slice that. And move this down a little bit with my arrow keys. That looks good. Slice it. And it's gone. Okay, now I need to size this. As I said, I want this, the height to be 104.5 inches. Now it's perfectly sized. .5 millimeters, I'm sorry. Grab that handle and turn it while I'm holding the Shift key to line it up perfectly. Now what I want is two layers, one layer with without these windows, and then the windows in the background. So I take this, if I hit the Control key and the down arrow, it copies. And I want to make this bigger. Hit the plus key. Now I'm going to define a box with red outlines and black interior. And I'm going to start blocking out all of these window areas. And when I'm getting ready to slice this, this will cut out the windows on the one copy. Okay, hit Control, right arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need 5. Over here I need 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's start with this one. It's a little bit off. Actually, it's a little bit small here. And I need one more to outline the door. Now I need to define the square to cut the outline here, and I want that to be transparent so it doesn't show. And and it's almost 104.5. I'm going to go ahead and make that. That's a very small difference. Now I want to copy that red box and put it down below. So I cut around this other. There we go. And as you can see here, now it will cut this one, it will cut this one, and it will do all the little windows there. So we're ready to cut this. Okay, I've printed this out on cardstock as a test, and now I'm going to send it to my Cameo machine to cut it. First thing it does is find those fiduciary marks on the top one, on the bottom one. Now it's got the right one. Now it will adjust the cutting depth. And now we'll cut first the little windows. And the door. Now the outer edges. And the other one. And it's done. Take this out, lift it up, pull that one off, and pull this one off. See, all the little windows are cut. And let's see how it looks. Put the back one on, back piece on. And there you have it. We've got some dimensionality there with the windows in the back. They look pretty good. This one's a little bit off. I may move that, but not too bad. Show you how I'm going to draw the red box around this. I'm going to make it a little bit there. Now, if I go to this point selection and I click here, I can start to add points. And you'll see what I'm doing in just a minute. Okay, that should be good enough. I'm going to select everything and group it with this group thing, and now copy it down below as I did before. Now I have to go and blacken out all these windows. Let me show you what I'm going to do here. I want to have this part repeated over here. So I'm going to go to my slice tool, hit shift so it goes up straight, go all the way, and see if I All right. Now, if I go over to this menu here, I can repeat this as a mirror image. So there we go. And I'm going to bring this over. Let's get these things and repeat them and move them over. All right, that is looking very good. All right, so now I am finished with this. And I'm going to save this as the front studio in the Silhouette Studio format. So now I have the front view, the rear view, and I need to work on the side views. This is what came with the copy of the building. I don't particularly like it because it's lacking the gray blocks on the bottom here. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take this, take this one, take that and group it and copy it, Control C, go to side view, this tab, and paste it. I'm going to blow this up a bit. And I want to slice off this part of the building. I like that. Come over with my slice tool and come on down. Then go to Select, Delete, Delete, select off these, delete, and I'm going to select everything here and go to my Replicate tab and copy it like that. Okay, now that's starting to look like a side I like. All the pieces, including 2 sets of side pieces, were arranged on one page to look like this. Then this was printed out. So I've printed this out and I'm loading it into my Cameo. And I will push the send button. Now let's see what we've got. Pull back the outer paper. You see they're all cut nicely. I'm going to pull this off. As you can see, it's all cut very perfectly, leaving the black squares behind. Here are our 8 pieces, all perfectly cut and ready to glue together. As you can see, they fit together perfectly. So I'm going to stop for now and leave the assembly for the next video. As always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Dean's N-Scale Trains, if you haven't already. Bye for now.